Hello, people. Yeah, bueno, I started. Okay, in the first, how do you say first reading? Reader, first reading. I will, I will start it with this read. Okay, the article, no, article. I know I don't see this article. Okay, how to tiny efficiently 10 best study techniques. USH. If you current study method, reading and textbook rapidly hosting something will seek. If so, do you find yourself stressed out because you can memorize you has vast quality of information in just a short time? Has a great student is improperly to develop effective time manage and study techniques to help you rating. The most information in grade school where me the night before doesn't cut it anymore. Learn a new strategy and try some of these tips to how to study effectively. Set the stage. Okay. Switch your environment. Eliminate distraction. Get a good night's sleep. Listen to calming music. Snack on smartphone. Before you experiment with any of different study methods we discussed, create the condition in your body and external environment to learn and retain information. Here and so pre-study techniques worth trading. Get a good night sleep. And 2019 study found a positive relationship between studying grades and how much sleep they are getting. However, this doesn't only mean getting 8 hours of sleep before and bid test. What matters even more is getting enough sleep for several nights before you do most of your study. Switch up your study environment. This might not seem like a promised strategy for how to study efficiently, but studies show that switch up your environment can increase recall performance. Instead of study at home every day, try checking out a new coffee spot each week or heading to local library. And change in the scenario can be one of the best study methods to improve your memorize and concentration levels. Stick with environment that works. If you have a good study space at home or a coffee that is relieving productivity is made sense of sticks which the when you start under pressure. Listen to calming music. You can listen to a music you like, but many agree that tuning into classy instrumental and low-fi beats is one of the best ways to study and can help you pay attention to the task. Song with the lyrics can be destroyed. Eliminate distraction. Silence your phone and any annoying background noise should have the TV or radio made a part of the avoid checking social media until the end of your study session. Snack or smart food. Coffee and candies will give your temperature boost, but then you all have a blood sugar crash. For energy is more focused and the sustainable, try hunting snow should have endainment apples or nuts. Okay, 10 studying methods and tips that actually work. Number 1, the SQ3R study technique. The SQ3R method can be one of the best study techniques to help students identify key facts and retain information within their textbook. SQ3R or SQRRR is a acronym that stands for the 5-step or the reading comprehension process. Try this process for a more efficiency and effectively study session. Survey. Instead of reading the entire book, start by scanning the first chapter and taking notes or headings, sub-headings, image, or other standouts before features like chart. Question. Formulate question around the chart content should ask what is the chapter about? What do I know about this subject? Read. Being reading the chapter and look for answers to the question formulated. Receive. After reading a section, summarize in your own words that you just read. Try recall and identifying major points and answering question for the second step. Review. Once you have finished the chapter, review the materials to fully understanding with yourself on the question you create and read any portions you need to. You can try this technique study for a college before taking your final exam. 2. Red table practice. Red table practice is a study technique based on remembering at a later time. Recalling an answer to question improves learning more than looking for the answer in your textbook. Remembering and writing down the answer to a flashcard is the more effective than thinking you know the answer and fly the card over early. If you practice review, you are more likely to remember the information later. Below are some ways to how to study effectively by integrating the review process into your routine. Utilize practice tests. Use practice tests or questions to quiz yourself which looking at your book or note. Graph unique case question. Be your teacher and create question you think you will be on the test. If you are a study group, encourage others to do things and trade questions. Use the flashcard. Create the flashcard but practice your review techniques. Instead of flipping a card over prematurely, write the answer down and check. Spaced practice. Spaced practice or distributed practice is one of the best ways to study complex material. It encourages students to study over an extended period instead of cramming the night before. When our brain almost forgets something, they work hard to recall the information. Spacing out your study allows your mind to make connection between ideas and build upon the knowledge that can be easily recalled later. To try this study techniques, review your material in the spaced intervals similar to the schedule below. Day 1. Learn the material in the class. Day 2. Revise and review. Day 3. Revise and review. After 1 week, revise and review. After 2 weeks, reviews and review. Revise and review. When figure out how to study efficiently, it's important to start planning early at the beginning of each semester. Schedule time each day to study and review the materials, even if your exams are months away. This will hold yourself account